What's up, you guys? My name's Stephen Hunt, and I'm here with my beautiful wife, Angel.
Hi, guys.
And we're here to give you guys an update on our Gilbert house that we decided to completely remodel. It's the biggest remodel that we've ever done. Budgets have doubled and doubled and doubled over and over and over again, but we're super excited to give you guys an entire walkthrough to show you where we're at with this house because there have been some crazy changes.
Absolutely. I think we started off the budget with $150,000. Then later on, we expanded to $400,000 by doubling the square footage of this house. And as we take you through, we'll talk about some of the changes, how we ended up being at an $800,000 budget, why we think the area and this opportunity justifies for it. We're excited to take you through and talk through all the changes that we've made.
Let's check it out.
All right, so we're at the entrance of the house, and as you can probably see, it is drastically different from what you saw before. If you follow me in here real quick, right back here is where the old entrance used to be. Right here exactly was actually the front door, and what we did was expand the front entrance 12 feet up and put in this really, really grand showstopper of an entrance. So just for perspective, I mean, what are the measurements on here? They're massive.
Yeah, they're 9 foot by 9 foot front doors. We had to have a custom door made, so we went to a custom fabricator, Steel and Stone here in Mesa, Arizona. They're fantastic, highly recommend them. When we ordered our windows, I said, hey guys, let's put the windows in, but wait to get any of the grids until we get this door installed, because that way we can have all of the grids be perfectly in line. So when you're looking at the front entry, you have that detail looking like it's all kind of connected, it's all one piece together. And where we're standing right now is actually a covered patio as well. So if we were just to look up straight up, this is eventually going to be a metal roof that kind of slopes over and has a little bit of an overhang on this side as well. So it creates this cute entryway.
If you had to do it all over again, would you keep the old walls or would you completely take everything down?
If I could do this all over again, I would absolutely tear just about everything down. Now I would leave one wall and one window. It's always good to leave one wall and one window, and I'd probably do it on this side right over here. When you do that, it's considered a remodel. You take down the entire house, knock the whole thing down, you just leave one wall and one window. It's still considered a remodel on a house, so your property taxes don't go up. So just to give you guys a little insight to what that looks like, our property taxes on this house are gonna be anywhere from $1,800 to $2,000 a year. If we would have updated this and tore the whole thing down and done an entire ground up new build, our property taxes would have been about $10,000 a year. So it saves us money every single year by leaving one wall and one window up. So that's a little tip and trick for you.
We wanted to make sure we're letting in as much of natural light as possible to make this house really light and bright and family friendly. So let's go take a look inside and see all the changes so far.
Stepping into the new house, now that we're actually framed out, this house is awesome. We have 12-foot ceilings in this house, and where we're currently standing, this was where the fountain was from the original house, if you guys remember that.
This is exactly where that fountain was.
So we're gonna have a chandelier drop from here. This is a nice foyer. It's about 22 feet wide, 12 foot deep. So we'll have one of those little round tables that goes right in this section with flowers, all that pretty stuff. Really created a nice, awesome open entryway. Over here is where we used to have the existing garage. This is going to be a secondary living room. It's gonna have a fireplace installed here. It's gonna be a really cool spot. We call it the grand piano room. What's gonna be really cool about this room is this is a 10-foot opening, and then this wall right here, which is pretty darn long, is all going to be arched, like a big barrel archway, right? It's gonna have paneling that goes inside of it. So think about trim molding, very classic, traditional kind of style. We're getting a flush door that goes right here, so that way all the trim molding can be worked around the door, and it's just gonna look like it's an entire arch of trim molding, but you're gonna be able to push this door, it's gonna be hidden, into a cool little powder room that's just off the entrance, that's just off of the piano room. Very color-drenched, moody.
We're adding a lot of really cool custom pieces in that are just one of a kind, so it's gonna make it extra special. And who doesn't love a hidden door? Like, that has been always a dream. So that was our idea behind this little powder room.
Check this shit out. Boom, you can walk on in. Like, that's a 2 for 2 right there. So back here is where we're going to have the fireplace. It's going to be kind of like a Calcutta trimmed fireplace. It's exactly 5 feet wide. It's 60 inches. Piano's gonna go over here. Where this bathroom is, there's an equally sized room. It's gonna be closet storage where we can legitimately put an entire Christmas tree in there if we want to.
What if we leave this as an opening and maybe do like some really cool glass door and have like wine racks and some neon lighting? Given that this is a formal living room that people kind of relax, it's an adult space, we're like, maybe we can build in like a mini bar that's tucked into the corner. So that's an idea as well. We haven't quite decided yet. We've got some time to make those decisions, but let us know in the comments what you think would be the preferred method, storage closet or a wine bar.
Yeah. Let's keep looking around. This is gonna be closed. You're not gonna see this opening. This goes into the closet for the primary bedroom. That's gonna be closed off. They just haven't closed it off yet. Now, let's move into what we call the secondary, like the informal living room. And that's actually gonna be right here in the center. That way people can come in, it's open, it's gonna look cozy. This wall is 15 feet wide over here. So we'll be able to slap our 86, 90-inch TV, whatever it is. We can have a normal couch area, hangout spot over here. We'll be right next to the kitchen. We'll be right next to the kids' bedrooms, all that kind of stuff. And one thing that I always try to do anytime I'm designing a house, and I did design this house, I actually did draw all the plans out, send them to the architect. I always try to make sure that when we're coming through the front door, we have a straight shot to the backyard as well. And try to make this almost an entire wall of glass to the best of our abilities within a reasonable budget. We did opt to do a 12-foot slider, and then we also have another 12 feet of windows right next to that. So literally 24 feet of windows almost completely in a row all together on this back wall. So that way, when we're looking back, you got light coming from this side, you got lots of light coming from this side. You can't beat it. Now, let's talk about the kitchen. And this kitchen is gonna be nothing short of awesome and grand. Over here on this side, we have an entire set of lower cabinets, as you could imagine, right? Which is really, really cool. We have this window that we've always dreamed of having. It's super, super cool. We're gonna be able to put countertop that goes out to the other side as well, so that way we can serve
like
people.
A serving bar. You've got your kids playing in the backyard, maybe they're swimming in the pool. It makes it really easy for them to just run up to the counter. It creates like such a grand view of the entire backyard.
Yeah.
So it's just really enjoyable to look at.
We are gonna have the sink here, we are gonna have a dishwasher here, and then it's gonna be all lower cabinetry. There's gonna be no uppers on this wall. We will do tile, we will do some cool lights and that kind of stuff, but this is just gonna be lower cabinets on this side. We move over here and we're gonna have a 12-foot island that is 6.5 feet deep, a sink and another dishwasher. So we're gonna have a sink and a dishwasher here. My mom can be over there cooking something. I could be over here cooking something. We're really not limited. We have all of our own spaces, which is gonna be cool. Lower cabinets all the way across. We're gonna have then cabinets in between the next set of cabinets that are gonna be over here. So it's literally gonna be 3 rows of cabinets. It's kind of refrigerated doors. They're gonna be panel ready, look just like the cabinets, but they're gonna be drawers that are refrigerated. Then this back wall right here is going to be so beautiful. Floor to ceiling cabinets. That way we can just have a ton of storage on the sides, but it's also just aesthetically for the looks. And then we're gonna have a 48-inch or a 60-inch range that's gonna go right in the center. We're gonna have all lowers, and then it's gonna be a 10-foot range hood that goes across that connects from one side to the other side. It's gonna be a large slab of like a Calcutta marble on the back here with a pot filler. On this side over here, we're gonna have our built-in refrigerator area. It's gonna be same thing, panel ready. It's gonna look just like the rest of the cabinetry. Everything here is gonna be integrated. We're not gonna see any real appliances. On both sides, you can see this is very symmetrical. We designed it this way. So that way, this is gonna be arched, this opening, and then it's gonna be the same thing on this side, arched.
And when you walk through, it's very functional at the same time, that it all makes sense why one side mirrors the other. Every little detail has a very thought out, intentional purpose.
That's how we designed everything. We're very thoughtful on that. You have this big opening. This is gonna be a pocket door. So you're gonna be able to see through that arch to this pocket door. This is gonna be a custom stained wood pocket door that's gonna match the island, actually, and it's gonna have fluted reeded glass in between, and this goes into the primary bedroom. So we'll be able to shift it to the side or have it closed, and it's just gonna be a really, really cool look. And then right here where I'm standing and all the way down, this is a pantry hallway, which is all gonna be diamond checkered flooring. So the whole house for the most part is gonna be like an oak hardwood floor, and then this is gonna be a checkerboard, really beautiful marble style floor that's back here. And then we're gonna have pendants dropped throughout the hallway here, and it's all gonna be cabinetry. You can come through on either side and grab whatever it is that you need on this side. It's just gonna be really, really cool.
Over here, we're gonna have additional cabinetry. However, on the other side, it's gonna mirror more cabinets as well. And what we thought about is making like a really cute custom coffee bar. You know, you can exit your primary bedroom and the first thing you see is your coffee bar with refrigerator sliders where you can keep all your milk, creamers, as well as your mugs and cups. Everything is gonna be very custom, very organized. We're gonna style it with tile all the way up to the ceiling or shelving. We haven't fully decided that, but it's gonna be a really unique custom storage area as well. So let's head into the primary bedroom and check that out. This is a space that we've really gone back and forth on, and last minute we decided to make some big decisions to actually extend it even more. 2 weeks ago, we submitted for additional permits to extend it about 300 square feet back. After walking it and having it seen framed out, you start to get a completely different feel as you walk through properties, and we realized for such a grand house, this weirdly feels a little tight, and it it was just really unsettling. And I don't know if we want to give a little spoiler or not. If you saw in video 1, we kind of talked about potentially getting into luxury development, and this was going to be our guinea pig property. With a potential sale in mind, we really started heavily thinking not just about what we would want, but what would a traditional Gilbert family who would potentially be the prospective buyer for this type of house. But if it does happen to sell, and if we kind of move into that direction, we want to make sure that that isn't holding back the sale of this house. We made an executive decision to bust out this wall and move it back about an additional 12 feet, I want to say.
It's technically 10 feet, yeah. And that's about 30 feet wide from wall to wall. So it's gonna go out to about right here where I'm standing right now. This is just gonna give us such an awesome primary bathroom as well. The bathroom is gonna come all the way out here as well, so that's why this wall is chiseled out. This is where the bathroom was. Now we're gonna have about a 10-foot wide shower that's gonna be in here. Our bathroom's gonna be from here stretched all the way down, 10-foot wide. We're gonna have 2 vanities. We're gonna have a makeup vanity. We're gonna have a freestanding tub with the chandelier hanging over it as you walk in, and then this huge shower that's gonna be on this side. And on the exact opposite side is where we're gonna be able to go into our walk-in closet, which is gonna be super cool.
It's truly going to be every woman's dream.
Why don't you show them the walk-in closet?
I was really stressing a custom vanity because every woman likes to have their own space to get ready in. So now we're gonna have 4 vanities.
It's 3 vanities.
It's 4.
Why would we have 4
1,
vanities?
2, 3, 4.
Bathroom, vanity, vanity, vanity.
You're so right. There's a toilet.
They're gonna
right there.
eat you up in the comments. They're gonna eat you up alive. It's not good.
So we've got a bathroom or a toilet room, vanity, vanity, vanity. And as you walk through here, this is gonna be the closet entrance. And as you walk in here, this is all going to wrap around floor to ceiling cabinetry of all styles, lighting, stand-up mirrors, everything you could possibly need to try on outfits. If there happens to be somebody who's buying this house that really documents what they do for a living, we're constantly thinking about how can you make every element of this house an Instagrammable moment where you are wanting to take pictures, you're wanting to promote. So with a closet being a big one, with it being so popular these days. We're also gonna have a built-in washer dryer for the convenience of the primary bedroom as well.
We'll be right back here.
Here you're gonna have your own too, so you can kind of pop in, do your own laundry here, have like a little middle area to be able to iron or steam or whatever you may need, and then just hang your clothes right back up so it's all in one space.
And we're gonna be able to have either an island or something along those lines, so maybe even fold laundry in here. It's gonna be really, really cool. Let's keep it going. We're back into the pantry hallway. As I mentioned, we have a lot of symmetry going on in this house. So that same really cool arched door that's gonna be for the primary is gonna be the same exact door that's gonna be on this side that goes into our mudroom. And we try to make this mudroom as functional as possible as well. We put a ton of thought into it. This wall is going to be gone, so pretend like this wall isn't here. We have a door from the mudroom going out into the back patio area. It's going to mirror and look exactly the same as what our front door looks like. So it's gonna be that custom steel frame, glass door situation going on. It's gonna be nice because you're gonna be able to walk in and out from the mudroom to the back patio. And the reason why we designed it that way is because we decided to put a bathroom inside of our mudroom, which you don't see too often. We thought it would just make sense. If you're coming home and you have kids and you're in the garage, the kids can run in, go to the bathroom, you can run in, go to the bathroom. What if we're entertaining outside? People can be outside and now come straight inside through the patio, go straight to the bathroom right here. They literally perfectly line up.
You don't have to walk through the entire house and find like a bedroom attached bathroom to use. You can just go right here, quick and easy access. We also thought functionality, whether it's gonna be ours or if we're gonna sell it, we wanted this to be like the picture perfect Pinterest storage for kids, where you see the storage up at the top, the big pullouts at the bottom for shoes, backpacks, hang their jackets, their books, everything they need in order to get ready for school or extracurricular activities. It's gonna be sectioned off as like just a little storage space.
You're gonna see this plumbing pipe here though. This is actually getting extended all the way to this side because we are putting a little 24-inch sink area that's just gonna be over here because we will have our washer and dryer on the opposite side. So we'll have washer and dryer here. If we have to go over and wash anything off, it'll be right here, kind of tucked in the corner, and the rest will all be that storage that Angel was talking about. And as we start to come through the mudroom, it leads us directly into our garage, which we set up to be a 6-car garage. So you'll see that we have 2 garage door areas. This is for a 2-car garage spot, and then we have another 2-car garage spot over here. But then it goes extra deep in order to have the tandem parking spots over there. Well, actually, you could fit 12 cars in there because these are still 12-foot ceilings, so you could put car lifts in here. For the most part, for us, going to be for all the additional storage. We're realistically not going to have 6 cars inside of this garage, but we wanted to make sure we had more space versus less space in case we ever need it, you know?
In case we keep on having kids and they all need cars too.
But this is just gonna be a relatively basic garage. We'll probably epoxy the floors, we're gonna put some lights in, and then we're also gonna have a lot of our appliances, like our AC units and our water heaters and all that kind of stuff tucked away back here, stored, so that's why that's getting framed out as well. And then we have direct access to the backyard from here as well, so that way if we're going out with the lawnmowers or the weed whackers or anything like that.
Just having easy access to water heater and AC right here, but then also having all of your backyard toys or even kids' scooters, bikes, things that they can ride around on. They can literally just get on and ride it out this way through this entrance into the backyard. Or if you're going out the front, obviously you can go through the garage door. We had every single exit and entrance in mind for something like that as well, to make it just really simple and easy.
Let's go check out the rest of the house before we get to the backyard. Join me as we walk through, right? We're in the mudroom right now. Boom, now we're into the pantry hallway. Boom, now we're into the kitchen. So you can kind of see what the flow and the layout looks like. We try to make it super efficient. And then straight back here, it can technically be a bedroom, but we're gonna have it set up to be an office / kids playroom. This room is 19 feet long. We have this big old beautiful window that's right here as well. Great for the kids playroom. It's gonna be color drenched as well, most likely into something really unique with some custom double doors that kind of like what we have in the front, but these are actually going to be arched with their metal instead, and it's all going to be reeded glass, which is going to be just really unique.
Initially, we thought we were going to save a lot of money by, again, trying to keep some of the floor plan as is as much as possible and kind of tweaking the changes and adding additional bedrooms like we normally do in most of our flips. The walls that we thought were going to keep were unfortunately all rotted out, so we had to demo them and replace them anyway. We actually got rid of a lot more walls than we anticipated. Cost us a lot of money. I wish we could have just demoed the entire thing and like you said, just left one wall and a window up for those property tax purposes. We would have changed a lot of the layout of this side of the house as well and made every single bedroom all equal sized. Like one bedroom is extra large, the other ones are medium sized, still really good size, but then this playroom or office, it's more narrower than the other bedrooms, so you can still make it a functional bedroom.
Just in terms of how the rest of the house is laid out, we wouldn't have this rectangle room. We would have made it, you know, just a little bit different is all she's saying. Think about the money we would have saved. Demo probably took 4 or 5 weeks. Shoot, demo's not even fully done, I feel like, in some cases on this house. Holding this house costs $13,000 a month just to hold on to it so that we can keep the project going. That doesn't include paying the crews and what they cost every single day, right? So we have to take all those things into account. And so if I look back at it, I'm like, shoot, we probably would have saved 30, 40, 50 grand. But you live and you learn, right? Let's keep going. So again, that was the kitchen area. This was the secondary living room area. Now we're gonna go back over here. This is most of the area of the house that was almost untouched in terms of layout. Here is a big linen storage closet. I believe it's a 5x5 linen storage closet. Hallway widened here, so it's a little bit more grand as you enter in. As we kind of turn this direction over here, this goes into our daughter's bedroom, what would be our daughter's bedroom. And then we had this big old nook area. It's like, what do we want to do with this? I didn't want it just to be additional storage because we have so much storage in this house already. So we're going to do a lot of built-ins, kind of like a bookshelf, reading nook area over here, maybe a homework station for the kids. Over here, we just have the bathroom, which doesn't really look like a bathroom, so there's not too much to see there. The bigger changes that you're going to see are going to be on this side, because this is where we also had the big old custom windows added, which personally for me, this is one of my favorite bedrooms in the entire house actually, because it does have that big old window. And then this also has a walk-in closet on this side as well. Let's go check out the backyard. This, if you guys remember from the first video, this used to have a pool, it used to have a lot of stuff. But where this ends, where this covered patio ends, is where the block wall ended in the first video. This is still the exact same footprint from the original house. We just basically covered everything that was already existing. So this is where the property ended.
And this, in fact, right here is where the old pool was that I'm standing on. We had that completely filled, put this cement slab over, and I mean, my favorite part of the house.
Yeah.
I don't think the video can do it justice. Like, I don't know, do we need to like sprint back and forth to
No,
show
no, stay over there.
everyone?
It's actually, it's huge, guys. This is 65 feet by 20 feet. So it's very big, it's very long. We could slap a huge TV here with a big old couch area, with a bunch of bar stools, with a bunch of high tops right here. We could do an entire sofa sectional on this side over here. We could have 2 dining tables. We could have 3 dining tables if we wanted to over here. We could have like a whole
entire built out outdoor kitchen. Being super hot, we wanted lots of covered space. If your family has kids, You guys love sitting outdoors. This is such a huge area for them to scooter up and down, draw, paint while everybody's hanging out, and then it's all covered and you're out of that heat that we've got for 6 months out of the year.
And then we're going to do a hemlock ceiling in here as well. So it's all going to have recessed lighting up here, all can lights, and then we're going to have 3 large ceiling fans that also help circulate all the air. As we kind of look at the lot here, I brought back all this grass. I single-handedly brought back all this grass. This lot had not been watered in 9 years, and I decided I was going to become a lawn guy, and I was going to start working on the lawn. So it's just this main area right now is where we get the water service to. There's still a whole side of the house over here that we have to get all taken care of. When we did the last video, this was all just thick weeds, and we just slowly but surely kept trimming everything down, kept trying to kill the weeds, add more grass, and now it's turned into an actual lush lawn, which is really, really exciting because now by the time the house is going to be finished up, the landscaping's almost going to be perfect. It's going to be fantastic. We just submitted permits for our new guest house, which is also going to be really, really exciting. And that's where these stables once were. They're all kind of deconstructed. We're having those sold right now. Then we're going to be building a guest house. It's going to be a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom guest house. It's going to have a huge kitchen in there. It's going to have another 12-foot island so we can do a lot of entertaining. And then it's going to have a large covered patio that kind of comes off the side and on the front as well, kind of like an L shape, if you will. And right in front of that, we're going to have a huge, massive, like resort style pool, which is going to be great. The pool's not going to be right centered with the house, but with this being an irrigated lot, we wanted to leave this open and conserve as much of the space as possible so that way the kids could run around, they could play soccer. So we wanted it to be more tucked over here so it felt like its own little private space, and that way we still had so much yard space out here to really play with for our kids and for really any family.
We wanted to be thoughtful of the next potential buyer too, because you have to flood the lot. It's really cost effective, and everything grows really, really fast when you use the irrigated lot water versus just like your regular sprinkler system. You actually have to level the lot very specifically to where the water doesn't just flood and drip out to the rest of the property. So we wanted to make sure that that area stays kind of together in case the next family, or even like us in 10 years, what if we want to become those farmer people where we have animals and chickens and goats and we want to farm and plant? We want to be able to keep that in a specific area.
Could you imagine if we became those farm people?
Can you imagine him in a little farmer's hat?
That wouldn't happen. You know it wouldn't happen. We wanted to make sure that we were still maintaining a lot of that stuff. So that's why we wanted it tucked to the side. The other side of that too is, and I broke this down in the first video, was because the stables were already pushed so far back, we have to have a 30-foot setback already on this. So that has about a 5-foot setback. We can convert that into a guest house and maintain that 5-foot setback without having to bring it all the way up, which is kind of a little workaround, if you will. So that's the other side of it too, is that we wanted to conserve as much of the lot space as possible. So I love that this is going to be its own little section. That's going to leave a little cool in-between section that will kind of have as an outdoor hangout spot in between the main house and the guest house as well. And then back here, what we're thinking we're probably going to do is we're most likely going to be doing pickleball setups over here. So that way you have the main house, you have the guest house, you have the pool, all the fun, and then back here have your pickleball. That way we can put up the lighting that goes out here. It's not really going to bother us too much from the main house if people are out here or our kids are out here wanting to play.
We didn't want to make the lot feel super crowded, and again, we were thinking purposeful. So like, for example, we've got small kids. If they're sleeping inside and we want to have a party or a bunch of our friends over, we can keep them inside on that side of the house and kind of move the entire party over here. And it's just long enough to where it's really contains the noise. We want to be able to do our own thing, have really no noise restriction, have people over at any part of the day or night. So with putting this area back to the back of our lot makes sense because it's also the back of this neighbor's lot as well as that neighbor's lot. We always try to think in anticipation, okay, what's the pros and cons of this area? What problems can we run into if we build something here? We always try to think ahead on how we can mitigate some of those issues and be able to make those changes today rather than later.
That is the majority of our backyard there. We do have our driveway on this side. I'm not going to take you too far on this side, but there is a whole section of the house that's on this side over here. It's probably 80 feet wide. We're most likely going to level everything out on that side of it and just add like a play gym for kids.
You can plant trees and do like string lights that string from the side of the house over to the trees, or you can kind of put in those posts. There's so many options that you can do. So if you have additional ideas on what a property like this would really benefit from and what additional cool things could be a cool factor to add to a property like this, let us know in the comments.
Let's kind of wrap this up by going through the side over here. Again, so where we're standing now, kind of going to be that pool area with the pool house right over here. This will be an in-between hangout hangout spot between the pool house and the main house. And we're most likely gonna have the driveway come out to about here. That way we have 2 or 3 additional parking spaces. It's just a long driveway and there's not a lot of parking. It's kind of narrow because the garage had to be placed specifically this way due to the way that the city wants things done, right? We have to have a 30-foot setback. We wanted it so we drove straight into it, but we couldn't have it that way, so we had to tuck it to the side like this. So that's why we're thinking have some additional parking right past here, which will be really, really cool. From the garage doors down, about 150-foot driveway. Here's where the bedrooms were that we said that we're gonna be doing the expansion on. And on this driveway, right around here, is where we'll probably have another setup of parking. So another 2 or 3 car parking spot here, so that way for entertaining, people can park here, and then there will be a really cool pathway that leads us down this way. Imagine it's beautiful landscaping. It's not a bunch of broken bricks and overgrown grass. It's beautiful landscaping.
It's like a paved walkway with little, maybe ollies, maybe little rose bushes, or just some kind of hedge of some sort. Kind of almost paved this beautiful, charming walkway that goes from the parking area over to your grand front entrance, but also splits off into the side yard. So if you are entertaining and you're having a party, you don't even have to go through the house. You can have this beautiful entrance into the side yard where you have all your entertainment elements over on that side.
Entertainer's dream, that's what we're thinking about. We like to think that we want to live the entertainer's dream. We tell ourselves that we will, so we set up the house exactly as if we're going to be entertainers, which is great, but you have to. You have to.
Without entertaining.
I agree. But with that said, guys, that is our house. Please let us know what you think in the comments. Let us know what else you'd like to see. What other details do you want to see? When do you want to see the next video? Do you want to see it once we get it drywalled, once we're starting to put some of the finishes in? Or do you just want to see the final product at the very end? You let us know in the comments.
As well, if you're a potential buyer and you're interested in a build out like this, what would you want? What are the necessary things that are must have in this price point? The comps are about $3.5 to $4 million. So as you guys are looking around comps and similar priced homes, what are unique features for indoor and outdoor that you see that are an absolute must that we have to add in? While we're still in construction mode, we still have a lot of room to be able to make changes and pivots. So if you have any cool ideas, let us know in the comments, and we would definitely love to entertain those and see how we can make some additions as well.
Until next time, we'll see you in the next one.